DairyVisor data is so easy to log into. Futures Overview page allows the user to monitor a variety of commodities that influence their business daily on one screen. In the Futures Grains section, users can move between specific commodity displays that provide more in-depth information for each commodity category, including grains, livestock, energy, financials, and currencies. Option traders have access to an easy-to-read display, allowing them to find the commodity, contract month, strike price, trading values, and option analytic information with a quick click of the mouse. Bid price, ask price, daily trading volume, strike price open interest, option delta, option gamma, option theta, option vega, bid size, ask size. DairyVisor data provides sophisticated technical analysis charting capabilities to help managers identify market trends and identify trading targets. Users can monitor individual contracts by selecting the Daily button and the specific contract month from the drop-down. Different time series can be selected by selecting the 5, 10, 15, 30, and 60-minute options, or the daily, weekly, and monthly options. Continuous charts allow the user to view each commodity in a continuous chart and provide the option to view the display as a continuous chart of a specific month by selecting the desired option from the drop-down. Chart indicators including RSI, stochastics, moving averages, Bollinger Band, MACD, Fibonacci retracements, and volume can be added to the chart display to identify trend changes. Charting tools can be used to display grid lines, access display pointers and markers, and draw trend lines. If you prefer a certain style of chart, select from Candlestick, High-Low Bar, Heikin-Ashi, Renko, Line, and Mountain to load your chart display. Market information will be provided throughout the day in the News section with early morning, midday, and closing session commentary in the Fixed News Stories section. USDA reports and in-depth market analyst research will be accessible in the News Analysis section for easy access. Fixed News Stories for grain will be provided by DTN market analysts throughout the day. Dairy information will be provided by DairyVisor market analysts. Cattle and hog commentary will be provided by DTN market analysts under the Livestock News section. Weekly feed information will be provided by DairyVisor analysts and industry feed brokers, covering feed ingredients such as meals, cottonseed, corn byproducts, and other commodities used in dairy rations. Streaming news stories throughout the day are made available in the Streaming News section, covering world events, government policies, weather, commodity-specific reports, macroeconomic news, and other market-impacting events. In-depth research reports can be viewed under DV Research, with DairyVisor analysts simplifying market data into easy-to-understand reports covering grains, dairy, and feed. DairyVisor analysts explain what the market data means in easy-to-understand commentary and support the fundamental analysis with data tables and graphical illustrations. There is a lot of weather information available for monitoring current weather conditions, but staying on top of developing crop condition changes is difficult. DairyVisor data provides DTN weather information to allow users to stay abreast of developing weather situations by providing maps of current radar, satellite imagery, precip forecasts, past precip accumulation, temperature forecasts, 6 to 10 day precip and temperature forecasts, wind conditions, jet stream forecasts, drought and moisture condition indexes, growing degree days, soil temperatures, and 30 and 90-day long-range temp and precip forecasts. Statewide 5-day weather forecasts are provided to help monitor short-term weather patterns. Monitoring projected profitability can be very difficult for dairy producers as feed and milk price volatility impact margins. Much of the industry attempts to use futures-based crush calculations to determine industry profitability, but a truer indication of an individual dairy producer's margin is to use local cash feed markets and individual producer mailbox price basis relationships to monitor forward-looking profit margins. Integrated into DairyVisor data is DVMargin software. This proprietary software allows producers to input farm-specific data for making market decisions. This user-friendly programming allows a daily view of the projected outcome of their business based on current market conditions. Users such as nutritionists, financial management staff, trading advisors, and managers can be permissioned to access and update financial information, rations, and feed and milk trading. The Raised Crop Sales Contracting section positions equity and existing contracts for physical delivery of raised crops. Monitor the value of raised crops throughout the production cycle as it's being stored while you wait for better market opportunities. Dairy cattle eat feed. The ingredient contracting section allows managers to monitor feed costs and contract positions, as well as the percent contracted for each ingredient for each monthly period. Feed use is calculated for the use table based on number of animal units being fed the ingredient in each ration. Shrink is also estimated in the calculations, providing a true picture of each ingredient costs. Feed ingredients in the contracting section can select from customized farm layouts for specific ingredients that may need cash price, futures, or ton-based ingredient templates. The ration section allows users to easily edit changes in a diet and a number of animal units on a diet for monthly feed use calculations. For producers working with an outside trading advisor, this is an excellent tool to communicate feed use and diet changes on the fly. Futures crush margins use Class 3 futures to calculate a margin over feed cost. The DVMargin system attempts to provide a more accurate picture of an individual dairy producer's milk value by tracking the history of each month's milk basis to Class 3 and providing a 5-year average calculation for a reference to project the current year's milk basis. Cash contracts with a milk plant and futures and options contract in a hedge account can be monitored in the easy-to-use contracting section. Position equity is calculated in a live market view, allowing the user to know what the outcome of each position is marked to the market at the end of each trading session. If you only have a minute to sit at your desk or use your smartphone, but want to see what the profit projection is for your dairy operation, the Margin Monitor is just what you're looking for. A simple-to-understand graph shows the monthly cash flow margin of your business using your regional cash markets and projected milk value. Users can compare their farm profitability to other dairy operations by selecting one of the 3 buttons to load averages of other farms using DVMargin into the graph. This will allow managers to compare their business profit margin to the average, high 1/3, and low 1/3 of other DVMargin users. You can also compare your current year margins to your previous years in the system. Cash prices in your farm can be linked to cash locations with freight adjusters to automatically update feed and grain prices in your DVMargin farm calculations. This is also a nice reference to monitor regional feed prices.